What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. So I have here on my screen right now the new video by Dumb Down Law. Those of you that aren't aware of who Dumb Down Law is, he's a practicing attorney, and he's actually John Bravo's attorney, and definitely will be mine if I need him. And he's been preparing people and getting people to have a better understanding of what's going on with Wes Watson and his civil as well as his criminal trials, right? Or upcoming trials. Those of you that aren't already subscribed, make sure you go over to Dumbed Down Law, and subscribe. His channel's growing. He's got a lot of good information, factual information when it comes to the legal analysis, when it comes to what's going on with Wes. So, according to what Dumb Down Law, and I didn't watch the whole video because I have some stuff I need to take care of, but I wanted to just talk about this. On December 1st, this is right around the corner. December 1st, I guess that's when they're going to be doing, it's a digital video deposition. Now, this is probably the beginning of the end for Wes Watson. In civil law, there are elements that you just need to prove the elements. This isn't a beyond the reasonable doubt as it is in criminal law. This is just if you can establish the elements of whatever the is being alleged, then you can win. You can be compensated. And anybody that's been involved in civil litigation, there's the actual damages, which is whatever it is, and it's always the punitive damages that break the bank, right? Now, I didn't get to finish the whole video. Hopefully, if he didn't address it in this video, hopefully the attorney will let us know a question that I have, the answers to a question that I have. Wes Watson has bragged for years that everything he has is under an S corp, that he has protected all of his money and all of his assets. And I'd like to hear from an attorney how that affects the outcome of this trial, because I don't see any way whatsoever that Wes Watson is able to be successful in defending himself against the allegations in the civil litigation, right? And if his assets are protected, I would assume that any new monies, vehicles, homes, I don't think he owns anything, but any new stuff that he actually acquires, I think that would probably be in trouble, right? So there's that. To me, the more important thing is this. With these depositions, these interrogatories, and basically the questions that are going to be asked, the answers that he gives, he's stuck to those answers in the criminal matter. And this is why it didn't make sense to me why they would postpone the criminal trial and allow the civil litigation, the civil trial, to take place, to commence. I don't know if that was something that Wes Watson's attorney advised him of. That wouldn't make sense to me. But with the trial, the civil litigation, the civil trial starting in December, the interrogatories, the depositions, we're going to see exactly what Wes has to say. We're going to see exactly what everyone has to say. And it's going to give us a better understanding of what's going to happen in that criminal trial. Imagine Wes Watson something to my bad. Imagine Wes Watson in the state he's in right now, mentally, emotionally, physically. He's not at his best. Imagine him having to be deposed by the plaintiff's attorneys who aren't going to have any sympathy for him. Wes is all his gibberish that he likes to speak in his videos is going to be out the window. He's not going to be able to do the tough guy stuff. He's going to be questioned on camera under oath. It's not going to be a good look. And then imagine him actually losing this civil trial. And the judgment against him is very steep. And then he goes into his criminal trial and then loses that. I talk about it often when it comes to him, especially lately. I've never had anything against Wes Watson. I don't like that he has created a character out of thin air that he has manipulated people with. And manipulated them out of tens of thousands of dollars in some cases. So I make fun of the stories. I make fun of the caricature that he created, right? But I never ever once thought, man, I want to see that dude go back to jail. I don't think that about anybody, right? I think it's a damn shame when people go to jail and get out and have a second opportunity. Sometimes it's even their third or fourth. And they start getting some traction and being successful out here. And then they fall back into the old stuff. You know, I remember a few years back, two guys that I mentored in self-help in prison. Two guys that had life sentences just like me. I paroled, and afterwards, each of them paroled after me. And both of them, after being out here and being successful and having their, a woman in their life and family and everything else, both of them within a few months of each other overdosed on heroin and died. And it really, really, really messed my head up. I remember the second when I actually left work. I was at work and I got the phone call. And I cried. I couldn't understand it. I went into the office and I told my supervisor, hey man, I gotta go home. He asked me what happened and I told him. He knew my background. And we were all living in the same city. We're all in San Diego together. I was a fucking phone call away. And I couldn't understand, how could we do whatever we did that led us to a life sentence in prison, do over 20 years, get out in this beautiful world, and still feel like you have to do a drug or you have to do something to alter the reality that is so beautiful out here. What is it that's inside people that makes them do that? I don't know. I drink occasionally and I have fun when I drink. But I never drink because there's something wrong with my life. And I'm bringing all this up because I look at Wes Watson and I'm like, I don't know how much money he has. I don't know how much he's worth, and I don't care. But I know that he got himself in a position to leave California, to have a beautiful home, to have like so many good things in life. And look at what he did with it. I feel like I'm a good story on how to be a success out here, or at least I try to be a good story. But we got to be honest. Wes Watson is a great example of what happens when you get too comfortable out here. He's also a great example of someone who couldn't beat their inner demons and instead try to hide them behind a bunch of material things. and a front. So I'll be staying tuned to everything that Dumb Down Law is putting out. I hope you guys will too. I hope you guys subscribe to the channel. Tell them that Dub sent you. It's going to be a sad few months for Wes Watson. But hopefully we all learn his lesson. We learn from his mistakes. They say it's not common for people to learn from others' mistakes. They always want to have to learn on their own. They think they're smarter than everybody else. I don't. I'll be paying attention. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.